Now it's a bit of a windy day, but today I'm going to be talking to you about some of the secrets that the 2016 Mustangs have. This really ranges from 2015 and on, to be honest with you. I'm also going to kind of show off my car and show you what it really has underneath the hood, because I've actually had some people think that the Mustang doesn't come in the 5-liter, it only comes in the 4-cylinder, which is a lie. So first off, really quickly, it does come in a 5-liter, and well, that's not a secret at all. But there is a secret that does happen when it comes to the engine compartment, and that is when you turn off the car after a couple of minutes, about a minute and a half, roughly a minute, somewhere around there, you'll hear a big clunk or a shing. And what that really is the steering wheel, but it sounds like it's coming from the engine, but it's actually the steering wheel. And why is that? It's actually a lock on the steering wheel. Something happens in there, didn't really research it, I just know what it does. And it basically locks the steering wheel, which is kind of cool. Now, something else that is really cool is the new style gas caps. Now, there's no twisty thing, and that's a plus because now you're saving a couple of seconds at the gas pumps. But the downfall is you can't really stick any additives. So if you're looking to store this car for the winter, which is something that I do, you cannot add in additives without a special tool. And that tool is something that you find in the trunk underneath of all the mats. And it's actually right here. And that is the filler nozzle thing for additives. And it fits in just like this. Now, the engineer that made that, why? Now, it might be just a Canadian thing, but do people really still siphon gas? Because I think that's kind of nonsense, at least in my area. Now, this may sound like it's a little bit of a complaining video, and I hope it isn't, but the last piece of complaining that I have is the door lock covers. These little things. So there's usually a cover that covers this. However, if you have a battery issue, which is the only reason why you would probably take that off, you have to take it off a certain way. You need to pull it this way and then out. Unlike me, I just kept on pushing it out and I broke it. It's only a $15 piece. You have to paint it yourself, but still, I don't know why they would do that. Just put a cover that holds a hole so I can just stick the key in it. They were like, why? Now, something that is kind of handy is the key fob. So the key fob actually breaks apart and you can get inside that has an actual physical key. Now, you're probably wondering, where does that key go? There is no spot to put a key. It's a push button start. There is nothing here for a key. What could that be? And that is actually for right there. So you can actually lock the glove box, which is a very handy tool to have. So something else that is kind of cool, and may or may not be a secret, but it makes sense anyways, and that is the steering wheel. So this is actually a GT car. However, the previous owner put a whole bunch of Shelby stuff on this car, and that is one of the things that he put on, which was the GT 350R steering wheel. I know it's the R because it's got the red line. But you can actually put the Shelby steering wheel on your car. The difference between the two steering wheels is with a regular GT steering wheel, you're going to have leather all the way around, but this has like a nice Alcantara finish to it, and it feels really nice when you're driving it. And believe me, it's a lot of fun. Hear that click? That's the click that I was just talking about earlier on. And basically when that click happens, can't steer it. It's locked. Now, something else that is really cool about the car is if you were to press the unlock button twice, and then on the second time you press it, you hold it down, you actually can roll down the windows. Now, if you want to stop the windows from rolling down at a certain point, you just press lock and they stop. And if you want to continue, you just click it twice again. Second time you hold it, and then it will wheel down the windows the rest of the way. Now, the interior of the cars came in multiple different options. So one of the options is all black, which is what I do not have. Another option is a tan interior, which is what my neighbor actually has. And then there's the red interior, which is what I have. And I've got to say, the red interior looks absolutely amazing. So there's many different things that you can upgrade in the engine compartment for obvious reasons. You could add a supercharger, but I have not yet. There's also an air intake that obviously every car that you can put that on. There's also this jug, looks like a football, they say. I'm leaving it, but you could actually get aftermarket ones that are chrome and that. And then there is this guy, the oil canister is what I call it, but basically what happens in the engine is it wants to recirculate any oil that wants to get burned off, and instead of burning it off, it goes through here. It's called a catch can. It catches the oil in there, and yeah, it's supposed to help your engine last longer. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it's there anyways. And then you can add aftermarket exhaust. There's 1.5 million different things that you can upgrade on a Mustang, but the exhaust is one of the most popular. Now, I always say to go with one that looks as stock as possible in case you get pulled over. Now, I'm not too sure if you can see it here. I'm going to try and rub off the dirt because obviously exhausts get dirty, but you can actually see it says Ford Racing on this exhaust. That's the Ford Racing by Borla exhaust. And the reason why I like that exhaust is obviously it came with the car because it was a used car. Got a hell of a good deal on it. But the reason why I really like that exhaust is the fact that if I was pulled over by a cop, I can just say, come with me. What's the exhaust say? That's right, Ford. It's a stock exhaust. Now, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. Those are some of the secrets of a 2016 Ford Mustang. And that's the tour around my 2016 Ford Mustang. I'll see you guys again next time.